Have you ever wondered where the numbers we use every day came from? Or who first thought of the concept of zero, a number that's both nothing and everything? What if I told you that many of the ideas and inventions that shape our modern world have roots stretching back thousands of years to a land of vibrant culture, deep philosophy, and incredible innovation? Get ready, because today we are embarking on an epic journey back in time to explore the wonders of ancient India. From the bustling cities of one of the world's earliest urban civilizations to the profound spiritual teachings that have influenced millions, ancient India is a treasure trove of history. It's a story of mighty empires, brilliant mathematicians, skilled artisans, and wise sages whose legacies are still felt today. We'll uncover how they built cities with sophisticated drainage systems over 4,000 years ago, developed medical practices that were centuries ahead of their time, and penned epic poems that are longer than the Iliad and the Odyssey combined. This isn't just a history lesson, it's an exploration of the very foundations of human knowledge and creativity. So if you're curious about the origins of yoga, the secrets of Ayurvedic medicine, or the empire that once controlled nearly all of the Indian subcontinent, you've come to the right place. Let's begin our journey in the fertile plains of the Indus River, around 2500 BCE. Here, one of the world's first great urban civilizations flourished, the Indus Valley Civilization, also known as the Harappan Civilization. This wasn't a scattered collection of villages. It was a network of highly organized cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Imagine walking through their streets. The houses were made of uniform, baked bricks, laid out in a precise grid pattern. This level of urban planning was unheard of for its time. Even more impressive was their sanitation system. Many homes had private bathrooms and were connected to a city-wide network of covered drains, a feat of engineering that many European cities wouldn't achieve for another 2,000 years. The people of the Indus Valley were skilled traders. Archaeologists have found their distinctive seals, often carved with animal figures and an undeciphered script, as far away as Mesopotamia in modern-day Iraq. This tells us they were part of a vast international trade network, exchanging goods like cotton textiles, precious stones, and timber. Despite all we know about their cities and trade, a great mystery remains: their script. We have thousands of examples of their writing, but to this day, no one has been able to decipher it. What secrets do these ancient symbols hold? Are they records of kings, hymns to gods, or simply merchant ledgers? The silent script of the Indus Valley is one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. After the decline of the Indus Valley civilization around 1900 BCE, a new chapter began with the arrival of Indo-Aryan peoples. This period, known as the Vedic Age, is named after the Vedas, a vast collection of hymns, prayers, and philosophical treatises that form the bedrock of Hinduism. Composed in Vedic Sanskrit, these texts were not initially written down, but were orally transmitted with incredible accuracy from one generation of priests to the next for centuries. The oldest of these, the Rig Veda, offers a fascinating glimpse into the beliefs, rituals, and daily life of the time. It speaks of a society of pastoral tribes, of gods who personified natural forces like fire, storms, and the sun, and of elaborate fire sacrifices called yajnas, meant to maintain cosmic order. It was during the later Vedic period from about 1000 to 500 BCE that society became more complex. The tribal assemblies began to give way to territorial kingdoms, and the social structure known as the Varna system, or caste system, began to take shape. This was also a time of profound philosophical inquiry. Thinkers began to ponder deeper questions about existence, the soul, and the cycle of rebirth, or samsara. These ideas were captured in the Upanishads, a series of philosophical texts that explored concepts like karma, the law of cause and effect, and moksha, liberation from the cycle of rebirth. These spiritual explorations laid the groundwork for many of the great philosophical and religious traditions that would later emerge from India, including Buddhism and Jainism. As we move into the 6th century BCE, India was a hotbed of intellectual and spiritual ferment. It was into this world that two remarkable individuals were born: Siddhartha Gautama, who would become the Buddha, and Mahavira, the founder of Jainism. Both challenged the existing religious orthodoxy and offered new paths to spiritual liberation. Siddhartha Gautama, a prince who renounced his worldly life in search of an end to suffering, achieved enlightenment and taught the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, a practical guide to ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. His teachings, which emphasized compassion and mindfulness, spread far beyond India, becoming a major world religion. Mahavira, similarly, preached a path of strict nonviolence, or ahimsa, towards all living beings, a principle that would profoundly influence later Indian leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi. This era of new ideas coincided with the rise of powerful kingdoms known as the Mahajanapadas. Among these, the kingdom of Magadha, located in modern-day Bihar, gradually grew to dominate the region. It was this powerful kingdom that would lay the foundation for India's first great empire. In 326 BCE, a new force appeared on the northwestern frontier: Alexander the Great and his Macedonian army. Though Alexander's invasion was brief and he soon turned back, his presence created a power vacuum. Seizing this opportunity was a brilliant and ambitious young man named Chandragupta Maurya. Guided by his astute advisor, the strategist Chanakya, Chandragupta overthrew the ruling dynasty of Magadha and established the Mauryan Empire. The Mauryan Empire was a true game-changer. For the first time, a single power united almost the entire Indian subcontinent, from the Himalayas in the north to the southern tip of the peninsula. Chandragupta established a highly centralized administration, with a vast network of spies, a powerful army, and a sophisticated system of governance and taxation, all detailed in Chanakya's famous treatise, the Arthashastra. But the most renowned ruler of this dynasty was Chandragupta's grandson, Ashoka the Great. Initially, Ashoka was a fierce conqueror, expanding the empire through brutal warfare. However, after a particularly bloody war in Kalinga, the horror of the conflict led him to have a profound change of heart. He embraced Buddhism and dedicated the rest of his reign to ruling with compassion and righteousness, a concept he called Dhamma. Ashoka inscribed his edicts on pillars and rocks throughout his empire, promoting peace, tolerance, and public welfare. He built hospitals for both people and animals, planted trees along roads, and sent Buddhist missionaries as far as Greece and Egypt. Ashoka's reign represents a unique moment in history when a powerful emperor chose peace over conquest. After the decline of the Mauryan Empire, India entered a period of regional kingdoms, but innovation didn't stop. This era saw the rise of the Gupta Empire, often called the Golden Age of India. From the 4th to the 6th century CE, the Guptas presided over a period of extraordinary achievements in science, mathematics, art, and literature. It was during this time that Indian mathematicians made groundbreaking discoveries. The concept of zero as a number in its own right was fully developed, and the decimal numeral system, the very system we use today with place values for tens, hundreds, and thousands, was perfected. Think about that. The numbers 1 through 9 and the concept of zero, which form the basis of all modern mathematics and computing, were a gift from Gupta-era India. The great astronomer and mathematician Aryabhata correctly calculated the value of pi, proposed that the Earth was a sphere that rotates on its axis, and accurately explained the causes of solar and lunar eclipses. This golden age wasn't just about numbers. The literature of the time was equally brilliant. The great poet Kalidasa wrote his magnificent plays and poems, like Shakuntala, which are still celebrated for their beauty and emotional depth. The ancient epics of the Mahabharata and the Ramayana were compiled into their final written forms. In medicine, the principles of Ayurveda, an ancient system of holistic healing, were refined. Surgeons were performing complex procedures like setting broken bones and even plastic surgery, particularly reconstructions of the nose. The Iron Pillar of Delhi, a 23-foot-tall column erected during this period, stands today as a testament to their metallurgical skill. It has resisted rust for over 1,600 years, a feat that still baffles modern scientists. The art and architecture of the Gupta period, with its serene Buddha statues and intricately carved temples, set a standard of classical beauty that would influence Indian art for centuries. Our journey through ancient India reveals a civilization that was not just ancient, but incredibly advanced and deeply philosophical. From the organized cities of the Indus Valley to the spiritual wisdom of the Vedas, from the compassionate rule of Ashoka to the scientific brilliance of the Gupta Empire, ancient India has given the world a legacy that is both profound and practical. It gave us the concept of zero, the game of chess, the practices of yoga and meditation, and philosophical ideas that continue to inspire people to seek balance and peace in their lives. The history of ancient India is a vibrant tapestry of human achievement, reminding us that the quest for knowledge, the desire for spiritual understanding, and the drive to create beauty are universal threads that connect us all across time and continents. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. I hope you found the story of ancient India as fascinating as I do. There's so much more to explore, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what part of ancient history you'd like to see next. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future adventures. Until next time, stay curious.